7 World Trade Center, the $861 million building that lasted 14 years. On September 11, 2001, a 47-story office tower valued at $861 million collapsed in under 7 seconds without a single plane hitting it directly. This is the financial story of 7 World Trade Center. In 1987, real estate developer Larry Silverstein signed a 99-year ground lease to redevelop the World Trade Center complex. Silverstein's company, Silverstein Properties, committed $3.25 billion to rebuild and modernize the aging Twin Towers and their surrounding buildings. This wasn't just any real estate deal. The Port Authority, which owned the complex, was essentially betting on one man to revitalize Lower Manhattan's most iconic property. Building 7 was the crown jewel of this redevelopment. Completed in 1987 at a cost of $861 million, it rose 47 stories and housed major financial firms including Salomon Brothers, one of the world's largest investment banks. On opening day, the building was 99% leased. Silverstein had built something that made money from day one. The structure itself was engineering cutting edge for its time. It sat on top of a massive Con Edison electrical substation, the largest in the city. This forced architects to use innovative support columns and cantilever beams that would later become historically significant. The building's insurance value alone was estimated at over $1.2 billion. By 2001, Building 7 generated approximately $150 million in annual rental income. Silverstein Properties was collecting checks every month from dozens of tenants, each benefiting from prime Lower Manhattan office space steps away from the Twin Towers. The lease terms were simple. Silverstein Properties paid the Port Authority their percentage, kept the rest. Then came September 11th. When the North Tower was hit at 8:46 a.m., Building 7 wasn't directly struck. Debris from the North Tower damaged Building 7's south face and a water pipe on the 6th floor ruptured. By 9:59 a.m., the South Tower collapsed, compounding the damage. Building 7 was now surrounded by burning debris from two 110-story towers. The New York City Fire Department made a critical decision. With over 1,000 firefighters already committed to rescue operations and limited water pressure in the sprinkler systems, they would not fight the fires in Building 7. At 5:20 p.m., Building 7 collapsed. It took approximately 6.5 seconds. The financial impact was staggering. The building's loss represented $861 million in physical assets gone in seconds. But that was just the beginning. Silverstein had invested heavily in insurance policies for the complex, $3.5 billion in total coverage for all buildings. However, here's where the numbers get complicated. The insurance industry faced a $40 billion bill across all World Trade Center claims, the largest insurance payout in American history at that time. Silverstein launched legal battles lasting over a decade, claiming that each plane strike constituted a separate insurable event, meaning he was owed $7 billion instead of $3.5 billion. After years of litigation, he eventually settled for approximately $4.55 billion, an increase of $1.05 billion from the original policy limit. Building 7's tenants lost office space overnight. Salomon Brothers, which occupied 665,000 square feet, nearly a third of the building, relocated to New Jersey. They never fully returned to Lower Manhattan. The collective real estate value lost was measured not just in dollars, but in displaced workers and disrupted financial operations. The human cost extended beyond dollars. Dozens of Building 7 employees had to rebuild their operations from scratch. Some firms simply dissolved. The ripple effect hit New York's tax base. The city lost millions in annual property taxes from this single building's loss. Ultimately, Silverstein rebuilt. The new 7 World Trade Center opened in 2006, costing $2.1 billion and standing 52 stories. The insurance money helped, but Silverstein personally invested significant capital alongside the recovery funds. This story teaches us that even the most valuable real estate becomes worthless in seconds. The $861 million building that seemed permanent, profitable, and untouchable was gone in a moment. Diversification, Insurance and legal preparation mattered enormously to the financial recovery, but they couldn't restore what was lost. This video is for educational purposes only, not financial advice. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to the Fiscal Record.